Hey everybody, this is Petey from the Spinner Rack, and today I have a video about Amazon, the amalgam, the DC and Marvel crossover done by John Byrne and Terry Austin. Now this issue, I think a little after John Byrne did Darkseid versus Galactus, DC and Marvel decided to restart the crossovers. And they did a 4-part series, Marvel versus DC, or DC versus Marvel. And then after that was done, there was a smash. And they smashed their characters together, something that Image couldn't do in their crossovers. They one up the Image, all of their Deadshot and their Valiant crossover and the other things they've done. Marvel would take their characters, Marvel and DC would take the characters and mash them together. Now, some of them weren't complete mashes because there was Wolverine and Batman mashed together, Superman and Captain America mashed together. So they decided in this one, Wonder Woman would become, Storm would become Wonder Woman. In this, she would just take the place of Diana, right? So this is a classic cover done by Byrne. And Byrne, I think, ultimately said after doing it, he was like, "Oh, it was fun." So they would get the classic team together. I'm not sure if Byrne asked Terry or what, but since it's obviously a special project, Terry agreed to it, and we had the classic colorists that did the regular Wonder Woman series. So this is knee deep in Byrne's Wonder Woman series, possibly the second year. And this is a story that kind of jumps around within Storm's history, giving you her whole connection as Wonder Woman. So even though the title is Amazon, it'd be more about the Amazons. And Diana would be a supporting character in this, and as well as the other Amazons. So in this story, it starts off in this terrible storm. And it would harken back to something that she remembered from her past. That's why it's called family history. Right? So the storm's hitting her. She tries to command it. It doesn't help. Doesn't help her at all. Then she finds what her adversary is. One of the gods that she worships. Poseidon. Right? So Storm is drawn in. Then Storm tries to fight back. It hurts him a little, but not enough, right? And then when Storm gets the hit from Poseidon, she starts having memories that she can barely remember because she was a kid, right? She gets tossed out of the sea, and she's in this area with all these golds and riches, right? And then we get to the subplot, right? So in the subplot, this is Baton Rouge, and they're going to check on Laurel. So this is actual characters that are connected to Laurel. This is some of her friends. Now I think Eric Larson pointed out on I think Facebook, showing that instead of Terry Austin finishing this area, he just kept the lines, whereas you're supposed to kind of finish that out. But he did do a good effect on the dreads here, right? But that's in the that's in the pencils. I'll be showing that. I like that shot. I like that shot a lot too, right? Then we see Diana. You're not. And so much so when you know this is only going to be a one shot, she's like, "Oh man, I want to see more of this," right? So then she sees something that connects to her when she was a kid. And they found this lost treasure. But at the same time, she's like, "Oh, you just came here to steal all my stuff." And hit Storm again. And she realizes what happened in her past. That there was a vessel that was destroyed years ago. And then this is where Storm found out that she was saved, right? So this is the first cat fight in the Wonder Woman series. think the next one would be Cheetah, Storm having a fight with Aurora, and then you have Diana, who's now a teen of angst, having a sister. And it'd harken to something like Nubia. But instead of Nubia, you have Aurora. Right? So then we go through, she gets saved. And then they gave her the African name. Right? So then they're talking, and then, of course, Poseidon tells his side of the adventure that someone came and took his stuff. So he's like, wow, went topside. The next thing you know, he's brought in there. He escaped me, but this would be Aurora's father. And see, everything that's happened with him has been twisted by this outside force, right? By this guy. No, actually, this would be Aurora's father. This would be some knucklehead that found it by accident, right? He's in there in the room, but he's not there to buy it. He doesn't buy it because he doesn't believe in it, right? So he's in there, and Poseidon's there at the same time. And he destroys the ship that Aurora's on, killing her parents. Right? And then Storm kind of insults him, and that causes some of this, the Poseidon to try to rip her apart. Right? It's real graphic. This is one of the best shots here. That's really cool. And then Storm gives Poseidon a family history lesson. Right? Thou greater knowledge usurped them. Right? And if he had let this happen, they would be celebrating them from the past, all the stuff from the past, but your greed. So I'm only as a thief and destroyed them. Then informed that his time has passed. And then for him to mess up the only people that believe in him, is totally wrong. And then it frees Aurora. She's won the day, and she's about to have a reunion with Storm. So that was it. I'm going to give you a brief video showing you comparison between the pencils and the inks. This was just a fun thing. I think one of the other highlights of Amalgam was Super Soldier. I think that one was one of the few. I know that Mark Waid and Byrne haven't really connected, but at the same time, that was, I think, Byrne's favorite. I think Byrne also liked their Captain America too. He pointed it out in Wizard. So this is I think their last collaboration since What The. So it was almost like 5 years or something like that, 4 or 5 years outside the poster that they did together. And then I think the next thing they do is until they don't do something together until Byrne leaves Marvel. So that's about it. Spinner Rack out.